Welcome back to Low Country Spotlight. I'm your host, Margie Pizarro. Of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's a time of the year when we actually honor and when we remember those people who are living with the disease, who are survivors of the disease, or people who have lost their battle. You see so many people with pink ribbons, whether it's on their lapel or whether it's a pink tie or whether it's a sticker on their car. What we want to do here today on Low Country Spotlight is we actually want to tie a face to the ribbon. We had Raymond Johnson earlier, who is a male who is a survivor of breast cancer. Our second guest is Lucia Campbell, and Lucia has a wonderful story about early detection, a wonderful story about being a survivor, and an also great story about being healed of this disease. So Lucia, we wanted to welcome you to Low Country Spotlight. Thank you so much for taking time to be with us today.
Thanks.
Now tell us a little bit about your actual diagnosis and when you first learned that you had the disease.
I found out I had breast cancer after a mammogram, but I had waited 2 years because my mother passed away that year. And so while she was going through hospice and dying, I didn't think about me.
Yeah.
And so the next year, end of 2012, I was sitting in the office and my secretary said she's getting her mammogram, and I said, oh, I forgot, I haven't done that,
Yeah.
So I went to get that done, and I've had cysts in my breast before, and they said, well, we need to do another screen. That wasn't uncommon.
Okay.
So I had the ultrasound type, and they said, we have something more. So my husband, thank the Lord for him, because that was something I just was like, me? You're talking to me?
Right.
Who are you talking to?
Had you been healthy
No.
and done all the right things and
Yes.
exercise and
I
things
was-
of that nature?
I was sad. I was stressed. My mom had passed away,
Right.
and you just can't understand that,
Right.
unless that's happened to you.
Right.
Sorry, I've lost my
Oh,
voice a
you're
little
fine.
bit today.
You're fine. You're fine.
So I had my husband go to everything with me, and it humbles you.
Right.
It brings you to your knees in prayer. And thank the Lord for, by His stripes,
Yes.
I'm healed.
Yes.
And I'm just thankful. I have not really gone public with this. It's the first time, certainly on this scale, to talk about it.
Yeah, well, we certainly appreciate that.
And I've been kind of private on that, when you're in real estate and you're out there and everybody expects you to sell their house or, move it. And I worked through it, and I met a lot of fantastic people at the treatment center, and learned a lot about God just being, and that there's nothing you do, but what He does in that healing process.
Well, it seems that your healing process was twofold. You had the support of your husband and your family and friends, and then you had your level of faith that seems to have grown exponentially throughout the process. Tell us the importance of having those two facets to a successful bout with this deadly disease.
Faith, family, friends, all these F words,
Yeah,
they're good.
Yeah, those are good
Those
words.
are good F words.
Yes.
And I think faith is a big one too, because you are outside of yourself, and you are like, I don't want to die.
Right.
I'm right here.
Exactly.
You always think cancer. You hear
Yeah.
that word, and it's like you can either make it in your head and embrace it, or you're like, let it go.
Right.
And I chose to let it go, relinquish it, and see that healing process. And I've had a lot of friends that have gone through it, and I've really got some bosom buddies, I call them, and they were very good, supportive. But my husband was the best. I'd say, people, what am I doing? I'm like, oh, and he'd go, that's not what the doctor said.
Yeah.
So my doctor, bless Dr. Keogh, he's put up a lot with me.
Now listen, it sounds like you kind of, very strong-willed, very independent. I mean, would I dare say a tad bit hard-headed?
Yes, totally, totally.
So let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned earlier the fact that, when you were going through this process and when you were going through your treatment, you were like, I'm fine, I'm good, I don't need this, why am I here? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Right. Well, I just was told you're going to be sick, you're going to feel bad, you're going to lose weight. Well, no, I put on 20 pounds. I mean, I'm still losing weight, and didn't feel sick. And, praise God. And different treatments, I found out that everybody's cancer treatments is unique to you.
Okay.
That is, it's not like one set thing. Doesn't matter what age you are, male or female. And I found out about men having cancer. I was like, oh, that's different. But that can happen. And so it doesn't matter what your cancer is, breast cancer, pancreatic. My father died of pancreatic cancer, which is so fast you don't know what hits you. But this was something, and my family was very supportive, and my doctor was like, no, Lucia, you do need to do all of this. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You know?
I feel better.
I know. I do feel better. And, you know, radiation was something I thought, that's nothing, but it does tire you.
Right.
You know, I think I was a little more tired, but losing hair and then different things like that. And I've had some friends that I've lost to breast cancer, and so that kind of leads me into talking about the tennis tournament this week. This next month. So.
And before we get into the tennis tournament, I want to stress the importance of sharing your story. I know you said that initially, because of your lifestyle, your professional life, and things of that nature, you were a little reluctant to let people know.
Totally. And the timing of it too. I think also recently there was a newscaster that went public doing a mammogram, and she discovered in that test that she had it. Yeah. And it was like, so I can relate to that.
Right.
And I thought, you know, for people just to go out and get checked,
and
to get it early on, you certainly have a better survival rate than waiting to do nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, the Lord heals.
Yes.
We believe in miracles, you know, every day. But that's my journey.
Well, and I'm so happy that you have chosen this forum in order to share the information about your diagnosis and how you're moving forward. Now, Rackets for Recovery. Now, let's talk a little bit about that and the fundraiser that you all do through the Pine Forest
Country Club.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Rackets for Recovery, this is the 11th year that they've done it. It was brought up because we were losing, there were some people on our tennis team. I played tennis out of Pine Forest. And Martha Krickenberger, my first tennis partner, just recently passed away of breast cancer. And she was a fighter for 13 years. And she, you know, decided this was something we needed to do, along with Shirley Hunter, who's been great. Yeah. She would have come today, but she's so busy with the flood and all kind of things going on. Yeah. But I think this tournament is dedicated to Martha this year, and it's an organization that, I mean, we're donating all the proceeds to the Hollins Cancer Center, and it's helping women that, you know, need a wig, need transportation, need support. So I think it's a great cause.
Lucia, thank you so much. We're about out of time, but I want to thank you personally again for choosing this forum to share your story, and also to give us information about Rackets for Recovery. Now, we will have the information about Rackets for Recovery on our Facebook page, on our website, and you can also go to Facebook, and because there is a page for Rackets for Recovery where you can find out information about the event, find out information about where the proceeds will go, and find out how to get involved in such a fabulous fundraiser. We have got more Low Country Spotlight coming up. Please, please, please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.